But look how Fittipaldi was using the centre of the road. Little Al took advantage of that, and he's right glued to his tail again. And he's trying for a move. Can he do it? He's done it!
Took it. Emerson went right into the wall, to the tires and the wall. And that is right through the chicane.
Well, it was bright-eyed, bushy-tailed enthusiasm, I'm afraid, and that was the situation of Little Al there. He took the opportunity, and we're certainly going to yellow there. Fittipaldi could easily have hurt his legs, because that was a heavy impact. He hit the tires. They're still looking. They're disgusted. They're concerned. He's not out of the car. These are the rescue people who are looking. Fittipaldi's already taken the steering wheel off. He's moving around. He's okay, but he could certainly have damaged his feet and ankles. That was a heavy impact, Charlie.
And we're under full course yellow.
And that was a coming together. Little Al took advantage there. He went where maybe angels would fear to tread, but he just put himself into a position where there was no room left for Emerson Fittipaldi. He locked up his brakes. You can see the brake lines there, the rubber marks there. He slammed into the tire first of all and then into the wall. There's the replay. Now, watch Little Al here. He comes in the inside. Emerson doesn't expect him to do that. He's alongside. He's side by side, but not quite far enough. They collide there, and Fittipaldi is shot straight in to that wall there. That was heavy impact. Now, Fittipaldi will almost certainly say that Little Al is to blame.
From a driver's standpoint, who is to blame?
Well, this is a different angle of the same accident, and you can see Little Al took advantage coming out of that other corner. He ran up on him. Emerson was taking the traditional line. Little Al certainly accelerated at that point, and really it would be a hard call to say who was wrong.
Is there a right-of-way? Is there a right-of-way?
Well, there generally is. Look at this. Emerson's out the car, and he's now shaking his fist at Little Al as he went past there. There is an angry Brazilian.
That's the bad news. The good news is he's okay.
Yes, and I think that we can think of ourselves being very fortunate with, and this is another declaration of how safe those cars are.
All right, let's go down to the pit. Sally's there.
Gary Rovazini, Emerson's crew chief. Gary, we always hate to do interviews like this. Emerson was running so well. What happened?
Well, we really don't know. All we heard was him and Little Al had contact. That's all we know at the moment. It sounded like Little Al might have gave him a slide job. That's all we know at the moment.
One thing that most people don't know is that Emerson did have a clutch problem, didn't he?
Yes, he did, but that wasn't our concern. He knows how to shift very well, and I feel that that wouldn't have been any kind of a problem we had today.
Very disappointing for Gary Rovazini and the whole Emerson Fittipaldi team. Thank you, Gary. Charlie?
Thank you, Sally. Is it the luck of the draw? Is it from a driver's standpoint? Take it from both sides. Take it first from Emerson's side, then take it from the Loud side.
Well,
with your experience.
I think Emerson is definitely going to say that that would not have been a place that he would have chosen to pass any driver. Little Al obviously recognized that he had a considerable advantage. Now, because Emerson was having a gear change problem with his clutch, potentially he could have been a little slow at engaging third gear and then getting back into second gear for that chicane area. But if we get an interview from him right now, that will be a steamy interview. But for Little Al, he would turn around and say, look, there was a gap there, the road was open to me, and I'm going to make the effort. And there is the man.
And when it is, and from the replay, you really can't tell. We'll be back. Now let's go down to Sally, and she's with Emerson Fittipaldi. Sally?
As you can imagine, a very disappointed Emerson Fittipaldi. Emerson, everything was working so well for you, and then what happened?
I mean, everybody saw on TV. Our junior tried to pass me on an impossible place. Even when we are lapping cars on that place, it's impossible to pass. And we are dicing for position. He went on the inside. I couldn't believe he was trying to go there. And when I arrived the corner, I turned because I never expected him to be there. And he threw me on the wall. I mean, luckily I'm not hurt, but that's it. The race is gone. I never thought that our junior would do something like that. You know, he has enough experience now.
There's also a question of whether you even had a clutch toward the end of your time on the track. Was there a problem for you, or was everything working well?
Yeah, the clutch was okay. I could get out of the pit all right. I had no problem. It was just, I just couldn't believe the way he tried to pass me.
How angry are you at Little Al? You shook your fist at him as you went by.
I mean, for sure. I mean, I could be now in the hospital, not here walking, talking to you.
Thank you, Emerson. A very disappointed Emerson Fittipaldi, as you could see.
And when you listen to his words and you look at the picture, you have to agree with him. I'm not saying he's right, but when you listen to the words and you look at the picture, you have to agree.
Well, Little Al was going for